Assalamu alaikum students, my name is Asif and I am back with the lecture number 15. Today we are going to study the concise summaries of all the poems. Let's begin with the first poem, that is the 7 Ages of Men. As you know that at the beginning I did not teach you with text, so I am going to teach you today with text also and give you the meaning of the difficult words. So let's begin from the page number 37, and we have the poem 7 Ages of a Man by William Shakespeare. The 7 Ages of a Man is basically a speech that has been taken from the play As You Like It, and play was written by William Shakespeare. It occurs in Act 5, Scene 7. The William Shakespeare is giving in this poem the 7 different stages of a man, how the person goes through all the 7 stages and how he performs all the activities during different or various stages. So let's begin the first verse. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. According to Shakespeare, world is like a stage and all the people come into this world, they perform like they are actors. They have their exits and their entrances. Similarly, the actor comes on the stage and he comes from one place named entrance and leaves the stage from exiting the exit place. So similarly, we too have entrances and exits according to Shakespeare. And one man his time plays many parts, and he says a person lives his life by passing through the 7 or various stages, and he changes from one stage to second change, and second to third, third to fourth, fifth, seventh till 7th. At first he says his acts being 7 ages. At first the infant. According to Shakespeare, the first stage of a man starts with the infant, when a person is newborn, when newborn baby comes into this world, and he or she is in the hands of nurse, and there he or she cries or vomits in the hands of nurse. Mewling and puking. Mewling means cry, puking means vomit in the nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy, and then Shakespeare is saying the second stage of a person starts. And second stage starts as he grows up and he goes to school. Shakespeare is saying that unwillingly to school, the whining schoolboy, whining, W-H-I-N-G, whining means weeping or crying. With his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like a snail. Shakespeare says that as the child grows up, he shifts into his or her second stage, and the second stage is where he goes to school. But mostly you might have seen that students are not willing to go to school easily because it's very difficult to leave their house at the early ages. So usually they don't like to go to school. So satchel means bag, and he has given the portrait of second age, that is a younger child with his school bag unwillingly creeping or crying, and with sad face goes to school. This is the portrait of the second age of a person. Then he says, then the lover sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad. Woeful, sad, and ballad is song. Woeful ballad made to his mistress, eyebrow. Then he says that as he grows more older than the early ages, he shifts into his youth, and then at the ages of 16, 17, 18, 19, he loves someone and he falls in love with someone, and at the beginning he feels that he is living in the another world, because usually he or she is in the imagination when he or she falls in love. So according to Shakespeare, when a person shifts into third stage, he or she assumes himself or herself that they are in a new world, they are in fantasy, and they are like a flying bird. But after few times when they fall apart, they have their breakup, and they usually you might have seen many people, they travel or they go or they talk to you with sad faces, and the sad face of those people show that they have had breakup with someone, and it shows that at the beginning they were happy, but at the end of their relationship they are sad, and they are too much upset due to the breakup. So this is the third stage according to Shakespeare. Now then he says, the soldier full of strange oath promise. Oath, promise, and bearded like the pard. Pard means leopard. The short word Shakespeare has used, leopard, like one of the member of the families of tiger. Jealous in honor, sudden in quick, in quarrel, seeking a bubble reputation. Bubble reputation, reputation, status, respect, and bubble means false, not true, not real, false one. So he says that when the third stage completes, the fourth stage starts, he becomes like a soldier, because at the time of Shakespeare mostly people were wishing to join army, and at that time there had been very little professions during the age of Shakespeare. So after the Shakespeare and after those centuries, in the modern ages we have many professions, not only soldiers, but we have doctors, engineers, teachers, and so many. So at that time there were very little professions. So he is describing the most important and most adopted profession, a soldier, and he is describing the young or a new career. When a new career of a person starts, he is describing that type of person, and he says that the fourth stage starts. Person thinks that he is smart, he is active, he is strong, and he seeks fighting with everyone, and because he has new blood, and he is young, or he is at the early ages, and at the early ages when you are earning, you receive money, and you believe yourself that you are the richest person of the world, and no one is going to harm you or hurt you. If someone asks you someone, you seek quick quarrel with everyone. So this is the idea Shakespeare is sharing, that at the fourth stage usually a person becomes like a person who is ready to fight with everyone anytime. So this is the time when he is angry at everyone at any time. So this is the fourth stage, and his career starts and his new life is beginning at the fourth stage. Then he says that even in the cannon's mouth, and then the justice. The justice is the fifth stage. Justice, when the person comes around the ages of 40s to 50s, even in fair round belly, and with good capon lint. Lint, here the word Shakespeare has used, means filled. With eye sabre and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. Instances mean examples. So he plays his part. Shakespeare is saying when the person becomes the man of 40s or 50s, he thinks that he is the genius person, because he he or she has spent his life, and he or she has the most experience than others, and they are wise, they are able to make their decisions, they are able to take the decisions of their youth or children. So they think that they are more smart and intelligent than other people of the society, so they become like uncle or aunt of the society. And mostly Shakespeare has given the portrait of the fifth stage part, that he or she is fat, he or she has round belly. So he is describing that at the ages of 40s or 50s, usually mostly people give up walking, and they don't like to take long tours on foot, so simply they become fat, and they usually have a round belly at the ages of 40s and 50s, and they think themselves that they are genius. And then the sixth stage starts into the lean means thin, weak person. And slippered pantaloon word has been used to indicate pant. The old word was pantaloon. With spectacles, glasses on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose socks. Well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk, think, shrunk. Shrunk. And his big manly voice turning again toward childish treble. Thin voice. Shakespeare is describing the sixth stage starts when a person again is going towards the decline of his life. At the youth age, he was young, he was strong, he was healthy, but after reaching the age of fifth, he becomes fat. And but when the fifth age departs, when he shifts into the sixth age, he becomes thin, and he becomes a person like a joker, because he usually wears whatever he gets. He does not try to maintain himself or herself, because they are at the ending ages, because they are at the decline, and they become weak and thin. They don't have much energy like they had in the past, like they had in the youth. So they are weak now, and they are not interested to wear new and maintained dresses. So usually they wear shorts and t-shirts and old t-shirts, and usually at that time, at the sixth stage, people used to wear glasses. Nowadays it's common to wear glasses, like everyone wears glasses. Mostly 3 out of 10 people are wearing, or 4 out of 10 people are wearing glasses everywhere in the world. But it was not common in the ages of Shakespeare, and at that time people only used to wear glasses when they were at their sixth ages. So the time is different from the previous ages. Now we are in a different age. At that time was a different age. So people used to wear glasses only at their sixth stage. So he is indicating that at the sixth stage, even in the person starts losing his eyesight and starts losing his health, and he is not strong enough, and even he looks like a joker, and he is not like a busy person or active person of the society. And then the last stage, whom Shakespeare has called the last stage as a second childishness. He has named the last stage as second childishness, so that he is indicating that person is like again the second child. So he is now talking about the last stage when the person is about to die, and the Shakespeare has called this stage the second childishness. Remember, this can be asked in MCQ, and this type of question can be asked in your English paper, that what is the second childishness, which age is it? It is the last stage, the seventh stage. Shakespeare has called the last stage as second childishness, as at the ending lines he says that sense teeth, sense eyes, sense taste, sense everything. Sense means without. So he is criticizing at the ending age and at the last age that at that time the person becomes again like a child. He is no more to walk, he is nothing to talk about, he has no energy to do some work, he has no energy to eat something because he has lost his tooth, and even he has lost his eyesight, and he is almost ill or weak, and he has no more energy to do or perform more tasks, and he is about to die. So he has lost almost everything, and therefore at the first stage a child is not able to talk, walk, eat, or smile or cry. So therefore he is calling the last stage as a second childishness. So these were the 7 different stages described by Shakespeare of a man. So I hope you have understood, and the next poem I am going to analyze shortly because it's a concise session. The second poem is on page number 'It's a poem by Thomas Campion, The Man of Life Upright. Upright means an honest person. Which type of an honest person should be? Thomas Campion giving the idea. He says in the first stanza, the man of life upright, whose guiltless heart is free from all dishonest deeds. Deed means acts. Or thought of vanity. Vanity proud. He says in the first stanza that an honest person is one who is free from sins. He leads a simple life, and he is free from vanity. He does not have any sort of proud in his personality. He is like a common person, and he is humble to everyone, because the honest person is one who lives a simple life. Then in the second stanza he says that the man whose silent days in harmless joys are spent. Silent days means your daily life. In harmless joys are spent, nor whom hopes cannot delude. Delude means deceive, to deceive someone. Nor sorrow discontent. Discontent, not happy. Then he says in the second stanza that an honest person is one whom nothing can deceive. Nothing can deceive, or nothing can make him unhappy, because he has strong faith in God, and he believes that everything is in the hands of God, and whatever the good things are coming or the bad things happen to him are only coming from God. So he only prays to God, and he always asks help for himself to God. So there is only God who can put yourself away or out from all the problems. So an honest person believes that there is only God. In the third stanza, Thomas Campion says that that man needs neither towers nor armor for defense, nor secret walls to fly from thunder's violence. He further says that an honest person is not afraid from any sort of attacks. He has spent simple life, so he needs not to protect himself from any sort of attacks, because he knows that if he is going to die, no one can stop him, because he has strong faith. and there is only God who can save him from any dangerous situation. So he believes that there is only God who can protect him. There is only God who can save him from any in danger situation. So this is the reason he needs not secret places to escape for, or he needs not to fly, he needs not any sort of security or weapons to protect himself, because only protection comes from God. The next stanza he says, he can only behold with unfrighted eyes the horrors of the deep and the terrors of the skies. The next three stanzas I will describe you in the next lecture, lecture number 16. So I am going to quit here, and I will also tell you the important questions that have been coming in your exam papers. So this time I am leaving, and with the 16th lecture I will begin from here the next three stanzas of the second poem, The Life of Man Upright, and I am giving you a concise summary of all the poems, and I am also giving you the meanings of difficult words, and I am reading out text for you because we have missed the text at the early at the beginning or at the early poems. So we are going to recall it again in the next lecture. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.